Hello and welcome to Unit 4, Day 4, Reflections on the Quadratic Square Root and Absolute Value. Today you'll be obviously dealing with reflections of these functions, so you're going to be flipping it over the x and the y axis. So please grab your notebook out or grab some graph paper if you need some to complete the rest of these together. Alright, so reflection, hold on one second. Reflection is a transformation that, let me get my marker ready, that flips, we're going to go with the graph across a line, so usually the x or the y-axis, and it creates a mirror image. So we're going to be working with two types of reflections. We're going to be working with a reflection inside of our parentheses. Inside flips over the y-axis, and excluded or outside, I always say excluded x, flips over the x-axis. So when we flip over the y-axis, we're taking a point and flipping it this way. When we flip over the x-axis, we're taking a point and flipping it downwards. Or in this case, we're going to be taking a function such as a u. So that would be flipping over the x-axis. This would be something that flips over the y-axis. The only function that can flip over the y-axis is our square root, because it's the only one that is not symmetrical across the y-axis. So the u and the v shape are symmetrical, so even if we flip them, they will not change shape. So we're going to start with this first one. This is our u shape, and it's going to reflect the x-axis. So we're going to reflect the x, and remember it is our u shape. So we're going to scroll down, and we're going to start at 0, 0, which is our first key point. Then instead of going over 1, up 1 on each side, we're going to go over 1, down 1 on each side, because that's our reflection, and over 2 and down 4 on each side. Oops, that was not 4, that was 3. So we're going to go down 4, and we're just going to draw on our u. Hopefully your u is better than mine, because I'm drawing with my mouse pad. Alright, so there's that one. Alright, this one, we're going to do this part first. This is making it go left 4. So I'm going to go left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my starting point. It is a squared function again, so that signifies it's going to be a u shape. And it is excluded or outside, so it is reflecting the x-axis. So again, instead of going over 1, up 1, I'm going to go over 1, down 1, over 2 and down 4, over 2 and down 4, and draw my u shape in as best I can. And those are two examples of reflecting the x-axis. So now we're going to move on to two different shapes, or two other ones. So the square root symbol signifies it's going to be the swimmer's arm. The bars signify it's going to be a V, for example, so we got our two other shapes. So let's start with this one. It's going left 2. And inside means it's reflecting the y-axis. So I'm going to go left 2. Now normally my swimmer's arm goes out towards this way, but now it's going to be flipping backwards, going this way. So I'm going to go back 1, up 1, and back 4, up 2. And my new swimmer's arm is going to be going this direction because it's flipping the y-axis. So if you see this line here, it's flipping this line right here. Okay? That's the only function that can flip the y-axis again, because it's the only one that's not symmetrical. Alright, and our other example is the V shape. It's going up 2, and it's excluded or outside, so it's reflecting the x-axis. So I'm going to flip it down, so over 1, down 1, over 2, down 2, and this one makes a nice V shape. Alright, so pause the video and try these two on your own. I know these ones are a little bit, well, this first one, number 5, is a little harder, but see if you can figure out which direction our swimmer's arm should be going. And this one is, again, a U shape. Alright, let's see how you did on this one. Excluded is going to reflect the X. Included is going to reflect the Y. So this is a double reflection. So if you want to write this part in your notes, normally the swimmer's arm, and these are going to be rough sketches, goes like this. That's the normal square root X. This one going backwards is a reflection with a negative on the inside. Alright, we have another one. If it reflects downwards, that means the negative is on the outside. And the one we have right now has both, so it's going to be going this way. That means it has a double negative, so it's inside and outside. So our new function would be this one because it's flipping both axes. And again, it's not perfect because I'm sketching with my mouse pad, but get the idea that it's got to be over 1, down 1, over 4, and down 2 to get our key points on that one. Alright, hopefully you got this one. This one is going down 3 because it's outside of parentheses. And then it's outside of parentheses here, the negative, so it's going to reflect the x. So I'm going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to go over 1, down 1, over 1, down 1, over 2, down 4. It's going to go off our graph a little bit. And I'm going to make a nice upside down U because it reflects the x-axis. Again, U shapes and V shapes can only reflect the x-axis because it doesn't change if it reflects the y. Alright, try these two on your own now. Pause it. Alright, so another one where we have a double reflection, but we're going to start here and say that it goes left 2, up 1. So I'm going to go left 2, up 1. And again, since I have a reflection over the x-axis and a reflection over the y-axis, my swimmer's arm is going to be going downwards and backwards. So I'm going to go down 1, back 1, down 2, back 4, and my swimmer's arm is going to be going like that. This one is a V shape because it's the bars. It's reflecting the X because it's outside or excluded. It's going right 3, down 2. So I'm going to go right 3, down 2, get my graph. And then it's going to be an upside down V, so over 1, down 1, over 2, down 2, and so forth. And there is my nice V shape. Alright, so our last 4 examples are going to be writing the, or we have a lot more than 4, but we're just going to do a couple of these, is writing equations, okay? So I'm going to know that this one's a swimmer's arm. I'm going to start with the square root. Then I also see it's going backwards, which means it's a reflection over the y-axis, so I need a negative inside. Now whenever I put a negative inside, I also need parentheses, because that negative has to be with all parts. So now I'm going to find the vertex point, which is right here. It looks like it's going right 4 and up 2. So in my equation, I'm going to write x minus 4, because right is minus. And then I'm going to write plus 2 on the outside. I always put a little thing on the end of my square root so I know it's the end. Plus 2 is on the outside. We have a negative inside because it's reflecting the y-axis, right? Now I look at this one and see a V shape, so I instantly know it's going to be the bars. I'm going to leave some space inside in case it goes right or left. I also noted it is flipped upside down, so it's going to reflect the x. Oopsie. Alright, there we're back. I also know it's going to be upside down, so it's reflecting the x-axis. And then I'm going to find my vertex point, which looks like it's right 4 and down 1. Why are you doing that stupid thing? Don't mind my messy writing. My mouse pad's acting funny. So we're going to put a minus 4 inside and a minus 1 outside for right 4 and down 1. Alright, try these two on your own. And I think these will be our last. We'll do one more square root function because those ones tend to be the hardest. So this one is a U shape, so it's going to be an x squared function. So I'm going to start with parentheses squared. I notice it's upside down, so it's reflecting the x-axis, so our negative needs to be outside. And I'm going to find my vertex, which is right 4. Man, I like a lot of right 4s. Right 4 and up 3. So hopefully you wrote minus 4 plus 3. Alright, and then one more square root after this one. So I have a square root because it's the swimmer's arm. It's reflecting upside down, so that's a reflection over the x-axis, so my negative goes outside. It looks like it's going left 3, up 4. So left is a plus 3 inside, and up is a plus 4 outside. Alright, last one I want you to try is this one. Notice that both of these ones are down and backwards. Right, so pause and give these a try. Alright, so I got negative outside and negative inside because it's reflecting the x and the y. So I need parentheses inside, so it looks like it's going right 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's not going up or down, so I'm going to write x minus 4 on the inside, and that is it for that one. This one again should have a negative outside and negative inside. It looks like it's going left 1, so I'm going to put plus 1, and again notice I put parentheses when I have a negative inside. So plus 1, and it's going down 2, and there's my final answer. Alright, so for the remainder of the time, please work on worksheet number 2. It's worksheet number, I think, 3 in your packet, but it's the reflections worksheet. I think it's worksheet 3 in your packet. Alright, it's in your gold packet. If you do not have your gold packet, I've also posted on Google Classroom. Please make sure you work on that for the rest of the hour. Check your answers when you are done. I have the answer key posted in the back, and have a wonderful weekend.